Hello and welcome. In this video we're going to briefly go through the steps of performing a basic minimal desktop installation of Ubuntu 18.04. Canonical have put a lot of work into making Linux accessible to the average person, and as you'll see, the result is an out-the-box experience that's at least as simple to install as Windows. I'm working in a VirtualBox environment just to make it easier for me to do the screen capture, but from Ubuntu's point of view this is just another PC. I go into my boot selection menu just to make sure the PC boots from my install disk. And after a minute or two, Ubuntu gives you the option to either try Ubuntu or install it. You can also select your preferred language to the left. There's nothing I want to change here, so we're just going to click Install Ubuntu. Next, we select our keyboard layout. There's a button to help you detect the layout. It'll prompt you to press a few keys, then repeatedly ask you whether certain characters are visible on your keyboard. Since my South African keyboard is the same as a US keyboard, this detection process tends to steer me wrong, so I'm just going to pick my layout manually and then click Continue. Next, we're prompted to choose between a normal installation or a minimal installation. I almost always choose the minimal installation. The normal installation comes bundled with a lot of useful applications, but also a lot of stuff I never use. The minimal installation just feels a lot cleaner, and it gives you facilities to add applications as and when you need them. We also have the option to download updates during the installation. Unless you have some reason not to allow it to do this as it installs, enabling this is generally the right choice. However, your installation can end up taking more time, especially if your connection speed is on the low end. I also usually enable the option to install third-party software, but it's actually more from habit than anything else, because this was the quickest and easiest way for me to get MP3 support back when I first tried Ubuntu. I'm going to leave these deselected and click Continue. Okay, I'm not going to expand on installation type for this video. A detailed breakdown of these options is enough to warrant a separate video on this, and some of it's beyond the scope of what I consider to be the basics. I'm leaving it on Erase Disk and Install and clicking Install Now. Ubuntu prompts us to confirm the changes we'll be making to the disk during the install, and if correct, we click Continue. Ubuntu will usually get the time zone right as long as you're connected to the internet, but you can click on your location on the map to correct it if it gets it wrong. Next up, you need to tell Ubuntu what to call you, give the computer a name, and set your username and password. Ubuntu won't allow blank or overly short passwords, but you can choose to have it log in automatically for convenience sake. Even if you select this option, Ubuntu will prompt for the password whenever you try to do anything that requires admin rights. Go make some coffee. This could take a minute. Finally! So we just click Restart Now and wait for Ubuntu to shut down. Remove your Ubuntu install disk, flash drive, or whatever you used, and hit Enter on the keyboard to reboot. Assuming everything went smoothly, you should be seeing much what's on my screen now as Ubuntu starts up for the first time. And that's all there is to it. Ubuntu is now installed and running.